Okay, so now we know what voltage is. So voltage is going to be the pusher of the electrical charge, which makes the current. Resistance is going to be the thing that resists the flow of the electricity in the wire. And then the I is going to be the flow of the electricity. So all three of these go together to make Ohm's law. So Ohm's law is going to be that the voltage is equal to the current times the resistance. So very important formula. So if you know two of the letters, you then can solve for the third one using that formula. And so here is an example of how to use the formula. Okay, then we've got how much energy per unit time is given off by the wire. So when you have an electric current flowing through a wire, it's constantly bumping into the atoms. So the electrons are giving their energy to the atoms. It makes the atoms vibrate, and then that gives off heat. And the amount of heat given off per second is called power. So power, P, is defined to be energy divided by time. So let me put this over here. Power is going to be given in the official metric unit of the watt. So a W. So that's the unit of electrical power. It's the amount of energy given off by something per second. And I suppose we now need to put a T on here. So that's time, and then that's going to be in seconds. And so this is the power of an electrical circuit. There are many different kinds of power, but this is electrical power, and it's going to be given by the voltage times the current. So what does that tell you? The more voltage in an electrical circuit, the more heat it's going to give off. The more current in an electrical circuit, the more heat it's going to give off. Don't worry about those other two formulas down there. So here is a word problem on how to take numbers and plug it into that formula. And then you should know what a kilowatt hour is. So a kilowatt hour is a unit of energy. 1 kilowatt hour is 3,600,000 joules of energy. That's the amount of energy that the utility company is providing to your house. And then depending on how many kilowatt hours you use, you have to pay a certain amount of money. Okay, this would not be on the exam, but this is an example of how to convert from kilowatt hours into money. Okay, then electrical symbols. So you should know the electrical symbol for a resistor and also for the battery and a voltmeter and an ammeter. Okay, don't worry about the symbol for the capacitor and don't worry about the symbol for the inductor. But you should know the squiggly line means a resistor, what the battery looks like, and then what the voltmeter is, and then what the ammeter is. You should also know what they do. So what does a voltmeter measure? Volts. What does an ammeter measure? Amps. So it measures current. Okay? All right, this is very important. So we've got just another formula here. So this one is how to calculate the total resistance in series and parallel. So when it's in series, it's going to be the sum. So this is a Greek letter, means add. It's the sum of the resistors. And so if you've got two resistors, it would be R1 plus R2. But you could do it if you had 100 resistors. It would be resistor 1 plus resistor 2 plus resistor 3, dot, 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 plus resistor 100. Now the good news, only two resistors. So anything that I do on the exam is only going to be two resistors. And then so this was when it's in series, okay, and then when it's in parallel, we have to take 1 over the total resistance is equal to the sum of the 1 over the R's. So we're only doing two resistors, so it'd be 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. So this one is a little bit tricky. Make sure that you can do this calculation on the exam. And then for the series circuit, the current is the same everywhere in the circuit. But the voltages add up. So when you got a series circuit, you take the voltage on resistor 1 plus the voltage on resistor 2, and then that's the voltage that comes out of the battery. But everything's flip-flopped whenever you do parallel. So notice this time in the parallel circuit, the voltage is the same everywhere, but the currents are what's different. All right, so I would want you to be able to draw a series circuit and then calculate the resistance in the series circuit, and then calculate the currents and the voltages in each of the two resistors. Or I could say draw the two resistors in parallel, find the total resistance, and then find the voltage and the current in each resistor. So here is how you do it, and then here is a sample question. So this one is how you would do it for a series circuit, and then this one is how you would do it in a parallel circuit. All right, this thing, not going to be on the exam, so you don't need to know. I just thought that it might help you to understand what a battery does, if you could see how a water wheel works. And similarly, you don't need to know this for the exam, but it shows how water can simulate a series in a parallel circuit. And then you got this one, so you don't need to know how to derive this on the exam, but it shows where these two formulas are coming from. Okay, so that concludes our lesson on electrical circuits. So now we got two more left. So our next review is going to be of magnetism.